Hello, lovely magical gangsters. Welcome to another edition of the show where I'll be your host, the gangster magician himself. I'm here to deliver you your message because that's what I love to do. So I do what I love, and I love what I do, and I love being here with you because you are the best, that's for sure. Trust me when I tell you, just like the Gangster Magician is the best kept secret in all of YouTube Tarot. That is for sure. Somehow or another he is. I don't understand. He's the best, they say. They tell me he's the best, though. Whatever. It is what it is. That's why I got my little organite thing here. I'm going to make you very sleepy. Look into the no, I'm kidding. That doesn't do that. That just takes the whatever it is, the negative energy away. That's what they say. So that's what it's for. I don't know. It's kind of cool. I like to spin it. It's like a spinner thing. I like it. I think it's cool. And if the Gangsta Magician says it's cool, then it's cool. Trust me when I tell you. Alright, so that is why granting that wish of the Two of Cups. We know it's coming. It's coming. I know it. I feel it. It's in my bones. I feel it. It's coming. Right, Archangel Michael? That's what he says. He says, yeah. He says, whatever you say, pal. That's what he tells me. And he gave me a look. That's what he says. And then he says, but I'm here to protect you, though. He says, but I'm tired of listening to you sometimes. And then he gave me an open hand smack and kicked me in my ass. Chased me out of here. But I don't know. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens to the Gangsta Magician, too. So it happens. So, that's why I have to align my chakras. Make sure that doesn't happen. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to get, open hand smacked over here. So let's see. What are we working with here? What's going to be the overall energy here? God, please, and thank you for the magical gangsters of the world, the divine feminines, the ones who've been through it all, they've done it all, they've seen it all. You know the ones, our favorites. The ones that are the closest to God, that is us, okay? Because if you want to go by that, they say the ones who suffer the most are the ones who are the closest to God. So that tells you right there, we've already done our suffering. So there you go. We completed it. So what else do we need to know here? Let's get started. Okay, thanks God. Please and thank you. All right, so we have this hangman here. Perhaps maybe it's time to, pause, maybe surrender, look at things from new perspectives. It says there could be a suspension here. Maybe somebody's feeling trapped. They could be restricted here. Or perhaps they're enlightened. I don't know. Something's happening here. Somebody's seeing things from another perspective. All right, because you have this Knight of Pentacles energy here. Because you're hardworking, you're efficient, you're responsible. You had a routine. You were persistent. You are protective. I mean, nobody was going to stop you from doing anything. So it was like, this is what people are seeing. They're like, wait, this person was always like that. Because they were trying to say you weren't like that. That was like what it was. But now whoever said that is being seen as an 8 of Cups. They're getting left behind. Nobody wants to deal with that person because whoever that is a liar. They lied because they were threatened by you and they were jealous. And that's all it comes down to. So they made up lies about you and hoped that you fitted that narrative. But you just refused. You said, no, it's not me. You said the glove don't fit. You must have quit. He told the guy. So there you go. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Because you have this Two of Swords here, they can't avoid that anymore. They can't avoid the fact of what they said and did about you. Okay, because you didn't go with the flow. Actually, you've gotten better and better. So it really makes whoever said this look stupid. Whoever had anything to say about you. Because look, 9 of Wands, you're too brave. You're too courageous. You took your stand. They can't avoid the fact that you're brave, courageous, hardworking, efficient, responsible. Okay, whoever says you weren't any of these things is being seen as a fucking idiot. Okay, that's for sure. That is 100% sure because you are not at all what they said. And that's being seen clearly by you being in Hermit energy here. You're doing all this while being in Hermit energy. And just keep getting better, better, and better. How do you do it? How do you do it? I want to know. You're the best. Tell me how you do it. Because, you're doing this all by yourself somehow. Somehow or another. But just know, you do have the power of God behind you. You have Archangel Michael, and you have the Gangsta Magician behind you, okay? Trust me, we support you. You are our favorites. So let's see, what do we got? What are we working with now? What is So we have a little bit of start here. We know that you're just not going to stop being hard work. You're not going to stop. You're not going to stop. You're never going to give up. And now I think that's starting to sink in with people right now. Like, wait a second, this person's never going to give up. So let's see what's happening here, God, please and thank you. What is going to be the energy here of the divine feminine, the magical gangsters of the world, the ones who've seen it all, they've done it all, they've been through it all, and now they're going to get what's due to them. So let's find out. All right, so of course you're going to get what's due to you because you have this 9 of Cups here, because you are a wish come true. Okay, you're going to get your wish come true. I mean, this is how things go. This is how it works, okay? Your wish come true is 2 of Cups. And you are your 2 of Cups person's wish come true, okay? So you put that together, and it works. It just works, okay? It just fits. That's a natural fit there, okay? Because, like, again, you're in this hermit energy. You're soul searching. You're still getting better and better and better. You're not putting yourself out there because there's no reason to put yourself out there. You're not missing nothing. You're not out there. Nobody's over there having a whole good time. These people are all, they don't even know what to do now, okay? Because they can't get your energy because you're in this hermit energy. They can't get to you. And the longer they can't get to you, the faster they die, okay? And that's just the facts. They can't survive off this energy. They need your energy. They're starving. It's the truth. And as long as you block this energy off and you keep clearing your energy and you keep, maintaining your spiritual hygiene and staying protected and taking it seriously, then you're going to be fine. But if you look at it like it's a joke, or it's like this is all bullshit, or, crystal, like this doesn't work, I don't believe in it, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. That's all I could tell you, okay? So when you start doing what you're doing, how things improve, how you feel so much better. Isn't that what you like? Because you don't want to have to deal with this Tower of Terror, okay? That's why we put these people in the Tower of Terror. So why we have the King of Wands operating the Tower of Terror here, okay? While you're getting this wish come true. Why are they in this Tower of Terror? Because 5 of Wands. They wanted the conflict with you. They wanted to rival you. They wanted the competition. They wanted to cause you strife and tension in your life. For what? They didn't even know what they just were being told to do this by the devil. Devil was promising all this stuff. These people said they didn't like you anyway, so they said whatever. And you never liked these fucks anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. These are like family, friends, whoever the fuck, co-workers, jerk-offs, you know what I mean? People that, fucking always jealous of you. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what they say or do, okay? Because they were willing to take whatever, and now they're in the Tower of Terror for going against you. The devil knew exactly who he could tempt. And he knew exactly who he couldn't tempt. It's that simple. People can tell, all right? You can tell who's good. You can tell who's bad. It's very simple. It's not very difficult to see. It's usually pretty much like the people that don't like you are the demons. The people that do like you are the angels. And it's pretty clear. It's very, very clear. There's no really in between. Either they love you or they hate you. There's no in between. No gray area with you. See, black and white. So you're a very polarizing individual. So what else do we need to know here? What else is happening? All right, well, we do know you're in this Knight of Swords energy, of course. You're action-orientated. You're ambitious. You're driven to succeed. Big changes are here, it says. Opportunities. You're coming off very assertive. Coming off intellectual. You have a lot of quick wit, you have. Very quick-witted person, I must say. Yes, you are. You know how to return a zinger, don't you? And that is closing towers. The Tower of Terror, because again, look, the 5 of Wands. These people, they want a conflict, competition, rivalry, strife, tension with you. No, they get the Tower now. Now they get the Tower of Terror. Compliments of the King of Wands. That is his specialty, putting people in the Tower of Terror. He took over that from the Queen of Cups. Because the Queen of Cups now has this 3 of Wands. They're building something. They're trying to focus on other things here, this Queen of Cups. They're saying to themselves, they're saying, well, listen, I want to make something happen. I want my wish come true, this Nine of Cups. You see, it's all about love with this Queen of Cups. That's why they're building something. They're not building something to be selfish. They're building something for other Queen of Cups. That's what's the difference between, you and other people, is that you're looking at the overall doing it for everybody. You're not looking, oh, I want to get the most for myself and, hoard everything from people. Because that's just like, them days are over. Okay, 1%ers or whoever the fuck thinks they're a big shot. Your days are numbered. And if you got a problem with it, come say something to us. Okay, here's the thing. These people know that the Gangsta Magician is one of the most powerful of all the archangels. They know that. They just needed him not to know that. So that's why they can't say nothing. Okay, they could do whatever they do, and that's it. But they can't say, they can't come near me, they can't do nothing. When you figure your power out, that's when you know when you know how powerful you are, then you're not going to even deal with it. When people see that you're able to think like this and carry yourself this way, what else can they do? Really? And you don't even give a fuck, right? Who gives a fuck what they say? They need you to care what they say. They need you to whatever. But Three of Pentacles, you don't care because people want to collaborate with you. They want to work with you. The right people want to be around you. So whatever these jerk-offs have to say, you don't care. You actually will look at them. Don't care what you say. That's what they've never been talked to this way. They've never been, dismissed this way by you. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is why another reason why these people can't stand you. Man. Ain't it something how they do this to us? Remember, we're a collective energy, guys. Remember that. It's not all about it's a collective energy. That's why it's focused. But you have to look at it as a one-on-one, all right? So it is a collective, but a lot of us have to share the same energy. That's why I try to broaden the way I say it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get directly into things and start saying, oh, well, I mean, yeah, do I see certain things? Yes. But I'm not going to sit here and start talking about, oh, well, I see this. No, I'm going to broaden it so we all are able to, make it fit. Because we all can, at one time, find what we're saying, what's going on here. I mean, it's not that difficult. We're all going through the same stuff. And the point of watching this is to figure out how to get through it, because there's not really much help for people like us, especially in these 8th house situations when it comes to, the taboo, the supernatural, the witches, the warlocks, this, that, all this other bullshit. Yes, who else are we going to talk to about this if we don't have each other? Who's going to listen to us? Would they laugh, right? Don't they laugh? Don't they want to say, oh, you're crazy? That's not real. That's preposterous. Right? So there you go. That's why you have to realize that this is why you're here. You're here to, yes, have fun, feel safe, and, be entertained, but you also like to learn and, keep yourself, in the loop, knowing exactly what's going on, how you could, counteract this bullshit. But it doesn't matter, because you're doing the right thing. You're here, and the rest of it will be handled for you, okay? Because your spirit team is very much in charge right here. They see what's going on. They see exactly what it is. That's why they're keeping you safe, though. You know what I mean? You're safe. You're with me. That's what they said. We're gonna take care of you. We're gonna put you with the Gangsta Magician. He'll take care of you. Don't worry. Nobody fucks with him. Nobody fucks with him, that's for sure. And they know that. And that's what and when I say that, it doesn't matter what happens in physical. When you're protected spiritually, nobody could come near you. We outrank anybody. We have authority over all types of people. People that think they're big shots out here. We have spiritual authority over them. We can say, get away. You can't even talk to us. They can't do nothing. We don't even have to respond to them. We just walk away. They can't do nothing. And they know we know that now. So that puts them in a spot where it's like, okay, well, how do we stop this? What's going to stop this person? They don't know how to stop you. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. Because they can't. You know why? Because you're this Queen of Swords. That's why. You got boundaries. You see through the bullshit. Nobody's going to come in here and tell you some dumb shit that you already... that what you believe is not what to believe. That what you believe is not right. We tell people we don't give a fuck what you believe, okay? We believe what we want to believe. That's what you tell them. You say, we don't care what you believe. What you believe means nothing to us. And we believe that it's time for you to fucking get out of here. All right? Get the fuck away from us. That's what you tell them. Because we don't want people around us that are going to try to project onto us. Just, they're still going to do that to you. They're still going to try to project onto you, you know. But now you have the ability to return it. And once they realize that it's all, every time they keep doing it, that's when they'll eventually stop. Because they keep doing it because it still works a little bit. But the fact is that you're not, as long as you continue to send it back, they're going to have to go through these towers, and it's going to take themselves out. Because, you know, Ten of Swords in reverse. Perhaps maybe you recover from a painful ending here. And now, you know, these people are surprised that you were able to do that, because they were like, how the hell does this person come back? They said, you're pulling yourself together here. You're over the worst, that's for sure. Okay, surviving disaster, being saved, okay? But also this could be, you know, like trying to avoid a painful ending, you know what I mean? But it's like, you can't avoid a painful ending. That's the thing. That's why it's so painful, because you can't avoid it. If you could avoid it, then you would. But at the end of the day, this is what happens. People usually push it to this point, trying to avoid consequences, that it ends up having to be a painful ending. But you have this temperance energy. You're too balanced over here. All right, you're two things in moderation. You're patient. Like, nobody's gonna just come in here and rattle you. It's just you've been through enough. You've seen enough, and through past lives, you've gained so much spiritual knowledge now that that's why you're the chosen. That's why you're the chosen group. Okay, you're chosen here to get this knowledge. It doesn't just happen by accident, because if it did, then other people would think they wouldn't be whatever they're doing, whatever being controlled like sheep. I mean, that's what most of these people are. They're sheep. They do whatever you tell them, believe whatever you tell them. Not you though. Not you. And that's why they hate you. That's why. Okay, remember that. They hate you because you're too smart for this. You see through it. Okay, you see through their Five of Swords energy. You see through the fact that they wanted to win at all costs. You knew this. You knew this. These people, they tried to humiliate you. They wanted to do humiliation rituals. They bullied you. They wanted you to walk away. They tried to intimidate you. They got aggressive. They perhaps used violence. They can't do that anymore, because winning at all costs really cost them. All right, at one time, yeah, they could have pulled all this nonsense, because you didn't understand what was even happening. You just looked at it like that you were just, you know, basically you were looking at it like you were cursed, right? You were like, why does everything keep bad happening to me? I must be cursed. Because you really were being cursed by these people. That's what it was, but you didn't understand. You thought that was all nonsense. You thought that was all a joke. Like, that was all, like, you know, Hollywood stuff. But the fact is that, no, that stuff has been fucking plaguing you your whole life. And now you're at a point where you're like, fuck, is that what it was? Remember, you survived it. You survived the worst. And that's why you have this Ace of Cups coming. Because you are this Nine of Cups. You're the wish come true. You're getting the wish come true. This Ace of Cups creates that Ten of Cups. The abundance is there for you. So what do we really even need to know here? I don't even have anything. It's almost 20 minutes in, and there's a Tower of Terror, because somebody went to win at all costs. So of course they're going to get a Tower of Terror, because it really cost them. That's going to be the Tower. You recover from the painful ending here. You're building something here with this Three of Wands. Your secret garden sprouting. Now it's so much spring. You're starting to get things. You're starting to see things. People are like, whoa, look at that. They come to you. They ask for you by name now. Okay, and now because you're being seen as action oriented, ambitious, driven to succeed. They see that you aren't going to let anybody stop you from building whatever this is. Because like I stated before, it's almost like you built several sandcastles. The first one or two, the first one you knocked out, they knocked it right down. Put you behind a little bit, and while they were way ahead of you. They kept you stuck behind. Then you had to start doing it again. Then you did it, they come back and they knock it over again. Now it's like really to the point where you're like, what am I going to do? They took it away from me 2 times now. You know what I mean? They made me lose everything twice. Now what? And then, eventually you say, you know what, I'm going to build this third one. And then you see and you said, but this time, on this third one, I'm going to put cast iron in my sandcastle. And when they come running to knock over that sandcastle, they'll regret ever coming against you again. Okay, that's exactly what happened. They were like, you know what? They thought you were so stupid. Oh, look, we're gonna knock it over again. They said we're gonna really stick it to them. They walked back. They ran full speed to run over your sandcastle, your third one. But all you heard was a big clink, and they fucking fell backwards. Just like the fucking coyote. Whenever they or whatever it is, however, when they build the thing, they put this the teeth that draws a picture of the wall or something. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Forget it. Just forget it. But it was like an illusion or something. So what else do we need to know? Because Gangstar Magician is not crazy. He's out of his mind. What else do we need to know, though? That's what we already know. So, yeah. I already said what I needed to say. So, yes. Okay, now we know who we're dealing with. So we have you here. The Queen of Pentacles, the ideal spouse. The one everyone comes to see. The one everyone wants to be. It's you. A very generous person here. You will have your high... You have a high social status. And when I say that, that's in the spiritual realm, okay? You have your social status in the spiritual realm. You're very well respected, okay? You very are. Very kind. You're a nurturing person. Very healing, okay? And you don't need nobody. That's the facts. Because you are a Gangstar Magician. You're a magical gangstar. I mean, you've been through all this that it's like to the point where it's like, all right, well, we didn't need you then. We don't need you now. And that's basically how you're carrying yourself. And people, they need you to need them. Because that's how they get your energy. When they need you to need them. But when you don't need them, they lose. That's just because they're energy vampires. That's why. That's just why they always have an angle. They're always doing some type of manipulation tactic. Always trying to act like they're helping you when they're really hurting you. Just what it is. So what else do we need to know about this Queen of Pentacles? What's going on? They avoided a painful ending here, or they overcome this painful ending, getting a wish come true, building something. They had a plan, Two of Wands. They're progressing. They're moving things along. I mean, their anticipations here. There's a lot. They're gonna have a partnership. And you know who's not gonna have a partnership? This devil. That's for sure. Because this devil is being seen. They're being seen and they're being released. We've already seen this. They're done. You know what I mean? That's why this tower's here. They can't avoid this much longer. They got seen through. They got caught doing what they were doing. The devil only has power if he's not being seen, or if he convinces you that he's not real. But once you catch him and you see him, it's like there's nothing they could do. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. These demons, they're disgusting. They give themselves away very quickly once they're fucking unmasked. Okay, so now you know who you're dealing with now. Okay, who's in the Tower of Terror? Is this Empress in reverse? This person thought they were going to come along and replace you. They thought that they were the ones saying that they were claiming to be a Queen of Pentacles. People were claiming they were the Queen of Pentacles, that they were the ideal spouse. But now they were trying to say that you were this Empress in reverse. So all this was projections. So like I told you, they projected onto you that you were this Empress in reverse, like this overly mean, critical, mean, bitchy person, that you were a Queen of Cups, that you were like crazy, that you were like bipolar, you were all over the place, that you couldn't be you were a drug addict, you were this. They said that you were a Queen of Wands reverse, that you were into black magic, that you were, you were a witch, you were a warlock. They said that fucking, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, that you couldn't take care of yourself, that you were like you basically you couldn't take care of yourself. So it was like, are you kidding? So, but at the end of the day, none of that was true. And that's why this person is being seen that way. Whoever said or tried to project that energy onto you is now getting that in the worst way. And they're being seen as somebody who wanted to win at all cost. And now they have the Tower of Terror to deal with. While you, Six of Wands, is going to be publicly recognized for who you are. Because you went through something that you shouldn't have went through. And now the wheel is turning, and it's your turn to go through the good stuff. And you're not going to keep this cycle going with, how this person is. Just because you were attacked doesn't mean you're going to continue to attack people. This person may have been attacked in their past. They may have something happen. But the fact of the matter is that they could have done different. They didn't have to be this way. They didn't have to keep going with it. They didn't have to keep taking out whatever anger they had on innocent people. And this is what this person was doing, and that's why they are in the Tower of Terror. That's why they're being seen through, and that's why there's nowhere else to go for them. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. Everybody knows who's who here. It's like, what else can we say? What else can we do? What else do we need to know, actually? And then I want to go to a new deck. Yeah, these cards, man, keep falling on my hands. What else do we need to know? Alright, so we know that we have a Knight of Pentacles in reverse here. Energy. Okay, somebody's impatient, they're unstable, they're lacking common sense here, they're coming off very unreliable. And it would definitely be this Empress in reverse energy because they're only concerned about how they're being seen now. And they know that they're being seen this way. They know that. Because Page of Pentacles, you're clearly manifesting that. Now they're all in their head, they're all anxious, they're all depressed, they all know the Tower's here, they don't know how to overcome this. Because you're calling, keep taking the energy back. Now they don't even know where you're at. Because you're still in this Hermit energy, as we've seen earlier. So I'm going to do one or two more, and then we're going to go into it. I'm going to need more information here, because I'm not getting what I need here. Alright, so look. So we have this Nine of Swords in reverse. So somebody here is releasing deep-seated fears. Could be you, could be your counterpart, could be something else. But at the end of the day, I believe that whatever this person was projecting, this Empress in reverse, because this person probably was around your counterpart, and now we're trying to keep them like with that in that fearful mentality of basically keeping them always worried about money and blah blah blah. But I think now that somebody's learning to cope here without having to worry, they know that there's nothing to worry about. Okay, especially when you're around, there's nothing to worry about. Okay, and they thought that you were going to carry the burden. No, this Empress in reverse will be carrying the burden. That's all that you can say. What else is there to say? They thought that you were going to do it. Anything that they said was gonna happen with you is what they're gonna have to deal with. And Page of Wands in reverse energy, because they have no direction. They are completely impatient. It clarifies as being impatient. They're pessimistic. They're coming off like a loudmouth. Okay, they're trying to bully people and this stuff. Nobody's listening to what this person. They're the ones coming off fearful. They try to instill fear in you. Now they're the ones who are scared because now they know they're under judgment. All right, so they're under judgment. They have the Tower of Terror. I'm going to go into a new deck. I didn't really feel like I got anything on this one. I don't really particularly like this deck, but my member ones, I get the best reads off these white cards, but I only use them for that one, though. They're the best ones, actually. I get really good reads there. And I'm not just saying that, it's the truth. It's because then you're able to, you don't have as many people. You just, I don't know, just get better reads. So what do we need to know here? What is, we clearly see you have a Queen of Pentacles here who, is recovering from a painful ending, very action-oriented, very ambitious, releasing deep-seated fears. They're planning, progressing, building something, and they're getting their wish come true, this Nine of Cups. While you have this Empress in reverse energy here who has no direction, that's coming off very impatient, unstable, pessimistic. They want to win at all costs. And then winning at all costs really costs them, and now they're in the Tower of Terror. So let's figure out what is happening, how this is going to end, and what's going to come for it with this Queen of Pentacles. That's what we need to know. Okay, God, thanks. Please and thank you. All right, so you have a Two of Pentacles in reverse here. So somebody's overwhelmed. They're, again, coming off unstable. This is, they bit off more than they could chew. This is what happened with this Empress. They bit off more than they could chew. They owe too many people too many things. They promised too many things. Nobody's, they were paid. They took payment. They're just stuck. They're completely stuck. They're not going to be able to adapt to this. They're not going to be able to be flexible here. Because again, their Eight of Cups being seen as this disappointment. They're getting left behind. The Empress Risk knows they're actually all by themselves. They're going to end up all by themselves. And nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear them. Nobody wants to listen to them. Nobody wants to hear their excuses. Nobody wants to hear nothing. They just want them to go away. That's really where it's coming with this. This person's getting chased out of town. Because Eight of Swords in reverse. They're getting chased out of town because you or somebody's releasing negative thoughts here. Somebody is not, because if you have an Eight of Swords in reverse and a Nine of Swords in reverse, that's a good thing. You got somebody releasing negative thoughts towards you and, is learning to cope, releasing deep-seated fears. I mean, that goes together like peas and carrots. The Eight of Swords in reverse and the Nine of Swords in reverse, that's for sure. You release negative thoughts, and then oftentimes you release deep-seated fears at the same time. You find different ways to cope. Not everything, you're not scared no more. There's nothing to be scared of, okay? They can't hold anything over you because Six of Wands, you're going to be publicly recognized for what you've been through. Victory is here for you. This Empress in reverse has more things to worry about, okay, than whatever is going on with you now, all right? They can't focus on you anymore. They can't project because they have too much chaos here that they created by themselves. And they're still trying to blame you, like saying this is your fault, that they would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you, meddling magical gangster of the world, right? And now you have this Page of Pentacles in reverse. They are not manifesting. Nothing is coming to fruition for them. They cannot create here, all right? There's no opportunity for this Empress in reverse. They try to take this all from you, but you would not give up. They needed you to give up. If you gave up, okay, this could have possibly worked, but eventually it would have, they would have took your counterpart out. But the fact is that you staying so strong is the reason why there's nothing they could do now. They needed you to fucking roll around the mud. They needed you to be all fucking jealous of them, wishing that you were but it's like you don't give a fuck. You never did. You never will. Okay? Three of Cups, because you're celebrating. You got the right people around you. All right? It doesn't matter what happens. It does not matter. Everything's going to work out. You're here with me. I'm not going to let it not work out for you. But you have to stay positive in it. You can't be a non-believer. You can't come in here and heckle me and fucking expect good things to work out for you. You got to go with it. You got to say, all right, this is what's going to happen. I know. I believe this. I believe in him. That's all you have to do. I mean, but that's my responsibility, is to get you to believe. Like, I have to have you believe in me, and I feel that I have the ability to do that. Because you know why? Because I bring the Ten of Pentacles to the table, and that's what you are too. That's what you're getting, okay? That's what's coming your way. This is what they want to take from you. They wouldn't be going through all this, trying to take your energy if you didn't have value, if you weren't so valuable. That's why you're just Queen of Pentacles. You're a Nine of Pentacles. That means an Ace of Pentacles is coming your way when you get a Ten of Pentacles. That's how you make it happen. Like I said, you are a Nine of Pentacles. You are getting this Ace of Pentacles, okay? That's why this Ten of Pentacles is here. That's why you are this Queen of Pentacles. I just said that, didn't I? So that's something else, right? So we know you are the Nine of Pentacles. That's for sure. The cards don't lie. So what else do we need to know here about this sexy-ass Queen of Pentacles? All right, so we know that this Empress in reverse, Hierophant in reverse, is being seen as a corrupt hypocrite. They are not... they are not coming off traditional here, okay? They tried to present themselves like they were you, a Queen of Pentacles, and they're not. They cloaked your energy. They came off like you for a bit, but it doesn't work now. It does not work, okay? Because you're still this Queen of Cups. You're still loving. You're still nurturing. This is what you are. The Queen of Swords is why you are all this. You are a real deal Empress. Now this fucking character trying to act like they were something. This whole situation from this Empress reverse made you into an Empress, though. You were not who you are right now and who you're going to be down the road. You wouldn't be this way if you didn't have to deal with this. So keep that in mind. That's why we send fruit baskets to all the Empress in reverses out there. Thought that they were going to replace us in Destiny Swap. Tell them thank you. All right, write a little note to them and everything. Because they're the reason why you are going to be seen the way you are. And this person's in the Tower of Terror. You know why you're going to be seen the way you are? Because you're the High Priestess, and that's what you do. You see things that other people don't see. That's why you're here. Not only that, this means you become this High Priestess. You would have never had this ability if you weren't being attacked like this. You would have never known that you were even able to do this. All right, and that's why they're under judgment, this Empress reverse, because what they did was try to steal your energy. What they tried to do is take what wasn't meant for them. Okay? They try to take what was meant for you, but it doesn't work that way. The world, now people are seeing that God is very real through you. Showing people very clearly that he doesn't want people messing with you. And they're all fucking scrambling here. They don't know what to do. Because you, Five of Pentacles reverse, you're recovering from financial loss. You are recovering here. They wanted you to be in this fucking running around, being broke. Listen, you're recovering. It's all coming to you, okay? I'm not saying it's right this second, but this all is going to happen because you have to believe it. If you say, I know I'm going to be recovering from financial loss, then it's going to happen. But if you go, oh, this will never happen for me, this is always going to be this way, then that is demons and they're keeping you negative thoughts, and that's what you're going to keep manifesting. Does that make sense? So, I know it's hard, but remember, you are a magical gangster. You are a gangster magician. You know how to make things happen. You have the ability to manifest, but you have to stay positive. You also manifest bad stuff, okay? So when you're thinking bad and you're thinking everything's always going to be shitty for you, what happens? It stays shitty, doesn't it? But if you're sitting there and you said, I know today something wonderful is going to happen. You keep saying, something wonderful is going to happen to me today. I know it. I do the right thing. I deserve this. Everything is coming my... Then what? Now you have the ability to make a lot of things happen. But you need to stay positive. You cannot let any negative thoughts get in your head. And I know it's difficult, but as soon as they come, you got to push that shit out. That's what it is. A negative thought is a demon. But Eight of Swords in reverse, you're releasing negative thoughts. So, deep-seated fears too. Because remember, Seven of Wands, you're in complete control of this situation. You are in complete control. You have been. You will be. Because this cycle is complete. Alright? The cycle is complete. It's a 1 year. I say it all the time. We completed the cycle. It's over. It's done. You see it's clearly happened. Once this spring equinox comes and all this other stuff, it's going to be a whole new reboot. Okay? It's all coming. It has to wait till this whole... It's spring. It's all starting again. It's all coming fresh. Spring is sprung, and you are going to be the one who's being seen here. You're going to have quite the summer. Believe me. All right, because you have this lover's energy here. You're very lovable. You're very beautiful. You're this high priestess. You're this Queen of Pentacles. Four of Swords. You're resting. You're relaxing. You're getting your energy back because this Empress reverse. Slowly, sure, you're getting your energy back from this person. Once they're going to be removed, they're going to be removed because they're seen as a corrupt hypocrite. Tower of Terror's here. They're completely overwhelmed. You have the Ten of Pentacles. You're recovering from this painful ending that they thought you were never going to recover from. And now you're in complete control of the situation. And you have this King of Wands in reverse now with this Empress in reverse. So you now know that you were dealing with a King of Wands in reverse and an Empress in reverse. So this could be anything. This King of Wands in reverse, this could be it could be your counterpart, or it could be a stepfather, it could be an uncle, it could be anything, an aunt. It's just a warlock. Okay, so you had this King of Wands, it's a warlock who had this Empress in reverse energy, and they were trying to more or less control this Empress in reverse from the background. But now you're getting this Ace of Cups completely. That's why they're in the Tower of Terror. So you got the King of Wands in reverse and the Tower of Terror. Persona non grata, very grimy person. This Empress in reverse could even be your own mother. So your sister, it could be anybody. So it's just, remember, this is somebody who's very jealous of you. They wanted to be you. And they didn't have a long-term view. Seven of Pentacles reversed. They didn't think you deserved anything. They didn't think you deserved anything. They thought that they deserved it, that you shouldn't have been chosen, that they should have. But they showed exactly who they are. Seven of Pentacles reversed. And like I said, they're the reason why you're in the situation you're in. That's why, because you are going to be seen as more powerful than ever because of these people. And you Three of Wands are clearly building something here, confirmation. And they can't knock it down anymore because they already ran into their fucking steel iron sandcastle. Your third one. They tried to knock that down. No. They ran into a steel fucking sandcastle. And they missed their opportunity, Ace of Pentacles. Because they could have had a nice opportunity, but they wanted to take it from you. They didn't think you deserved it. They didn't want to help you. They knew about you getting whatever this is. They knew about your destiny before you did. And they said, they determined that you don't deserve it and we're going to take it from you. But they forgot. You're the Queen of Pentacles. You're the ideal spouse. You're the one everyone comes to see. You're the one everyone wants to be. And that is your confirmation. And what else do we need to know? Because I'm going to end it here. All right, we know that these people, they were resistant to change. They wanted to keep this going. They didn't want this to end. They wanted to keep, because they know as soon as you become like this, then they're finished. Their days are numbered because victory is yours, Six of Wands. You're going to be publicly recognized for what they did to you. All right, so you're going to be publicly recognized for what they did to you. This is going to benefit you and put them in the tower of terror, okay? Because there's no other explanation as to what should happen here. So let's do a couple angel numbers. And then we'll go from there. Oh, these look like they're mixed up. Ah, they're backwards as well. So number one, because that's who you are. You are number one. You are the one. Okay, who brings the fun, that's for sure. Okay, this is your time to focus on yourself. Embrace your independence and stand confidently in your truth. Unapologetically be you. New beginnings are on the horizon, making this the perfect moment to start fresh and pursue your dreams with renewed energy. That's what spring equinox is. It's starting fresh, okay? That's what that is, because you got number 6 here. Number 6, okay? 6 is all about receiving, okay? That's what you are, receiving. Balance, okay? If you're struggling with family or those you live with, then this number serves as a reminder to seek peace, communication, and support. Reflect on life and consider what balance truly means to you. I feel like I had these numbers not too long ago, the same ones, 1 and 6, which is interesting because rarely do you get just see those numbers. But now look, you have 66, okay? So there's 6s here. So don't worry, it says 66. Don't worry, all right? If you've been consumed by worry, fear, or concerns about the physical world, don't worry about it. You're okay. It's what it says, okay? It clearly says that, too. And you have this 9 of Swords here, releasing deep-seated fear. So there's nothing to worry about. Okay, it's time to shift your focus. Move from stressing over material needs to joyfully pursuing your soul's mission with optimism. And that's exactly what you're doing. And you're here with me, and that's what I'm doing, too, because we don't give a fuck what anybody else says. Because, look, you have number 33 here. So 2 times 33 is 66. So it says anxiety. It says, don't let anxiety or stress take control, as they will only pull you into darkness where fear and panic prevail. Stay strong and trust yourself. The angels have faith in you. And you know who really coincides with angel number 33? That is the Gangsta Magician. That is because that is his number, okay? 33 is my number. That is my angel number. 6 plus 27, that equals 33, and that is what it stays at. And that is my number. So what else do we need to know? Let's do so. Actually, you know what? Why don't we do? I got we'll do some crystals. I'll do a couple crystals. I'll talk about. See what ones we got. What will be good for you? All right. So we got clear quartz, baby, the master healer. I love that right here. This is really all you need at the end of the day. But wouldn't it be that something if I didn't have all this other stuff? But realistically, this is, like they say, it's the master healer. It says clear quartz. Clear quartz is the master healer, a stone of clarity, amplification, and spiritual insight. It clears mental fog, elevates awareness, and magnifies attention. Its high vibration harmonizes energy and deepens your connection to the divine. All chakras, all signs, water. Okay, that's what it says. I am clear, open, and aligned with divine energy. Yes, you are. I actually take a shower. I get the clear quartz crystals. I put it in my shower head. Okay, and then the water comes through it, and then basically it's like the vibration of that water comes out as clear quartz. So that's what I do, and I don't know why, but I do it, and I think it works. Okay, because I have this fluorite here too. You might like fluorite. Fluorite is good for your heart. I like. Okay, because fluorite's a stone of focus, clarity, and energetic harmony. It clears negativity, aligns the chakras, and brings mental balance, grounding yet calming. It supports peacemaking, thinking, confident decision. Well, it says all chakras. I always thought fluorite would be close for the heart chakra because it's green and it's purple. So, but it says Pisces, Capricorn, air. I am clear, centered, and aligned in mind and energy. I am clear, centered, and aligned in mind and energy, you said. That is what you are. Because, bang, we got another one here. Wow, I never got to figure out how to get another. Fluorite. Okay, so we know this is all about fluorite here. So I'm going to say it one more time. Fluorite. Fluorite is a stone of focus, clarity, and energetic harmony. It clears negativity, aligns the chakras, and brings mental balance, grounding yet calming. It supports peaceful thinking and confident decision making. I am clear, centered, and aligned in mind and energy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And that's why we got some lepidolite here for you. Okay, lepidolite is for peace and balance. Lepidolite is a stone of gentle transformation, helping to release outdated patterns and invite inner renewal. It soothes stress, nurtures emotional healing, and offers calm support through life's transitions. Heart, third eye, crown, Libra, Pisces, water. I release the old with grace and welcome calm, healing, change. I release the old with grace and welcome calm, healing, change. Yes, you do. Okay, so believe me when I tell you, I love you. You're the best. Okay, I'll see you later. Check ya. Bye.